David Ornstein has confirmed that Manchester United have made an official bid for Christian Eriksen, of course, the former Tottenham player and who just finished the season on loan at Brentford after an horrendous 12 months after suffering a cardiac arrest at the Euros last summer, is available. A number of clubs are in for him. A number of clubs are making waves trying to bring him in. Manchester United are the first names top six side to make an official approach for him, where they've actually formally put their offer across. Of course, Tottenham are still in the race. We're going to delve into this story in a lot more detail for you. Here is the confirmation from David Ornstein, who says that Man United are understood to have made an offer to Christian Eriksen and are amongst the clubs interested in signing him. The 30-year-old Denmark playmaker is a free agent after the Brentford contract ended. Man United's summer priority remains Jong. And that is where this story kind of hits a bit of a frustration point for some Man United fans. Is this the backup to Frenkei de Jong? Are we still looking at him? What is the case? We're going to delve into that. That question has been answered by a number of journalists. We're going to take a look at the entire Christian Eriksen story. I want your thoughts. I want your feelings. So make sure you're smashing those like buttons. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. Let's do this. Eriksen is a player that Manchester United want, and of course they want him. Erik ten Hag sees him as a brilliant asset to add to this squad. 30 years of age, experience in the Champions League, internationally, Premier League proven. At two clubs, may I add. Brilliant at Tottenham, fantastic in his loan spell at Brentford. There's no reason to question the quality of this signing. Absolutely none. Manchester United are officially in the race for him. It is on. The deal is on. The deal is open. The deal is active. And in fairness, it has been for a number of weeks now. Man United are always going to do this. Always going to do this. And we're going to delve into that a little bit later. What's been on the question, what the question that's been on the minds of a lot of Manchester United fans, though, has been, what now happens? Is this a backup to Frenkei de Jong? What does this mean? Are we after more than one midfield player? We know the budget's short. Reports are we pulled away from Darwin Núñez because we didn't have enough money. What are we looking to do? Well, that was answered by Chris Wheeler, very credible journalist out of the Daily Mail, who said that Manchester United see Frenkei de Jong as a different type of midfielder to Christian Eriksen and will continue to negotiate with Barcelona regardless of any move for Eriksen. Now, this is music to my ears and to the majority of Manchester United fans. Rivals, maybe not so much, should they be able to pull these deals off. But it always felt like that was going to be the case. There's never been a murmur up until this moment, until the official offer bid was made to Christian Eriksen. There's never been any talk that we're only going to buy one midfield player. We've been inquiring about Ruben Neves while working on Frenkei de Jong. Man United are looking at least two midfield players. But Christian Eriksen is a different type of player. And let's go back to what Dean Jones said just under 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, look, I mean, I was always told that Eriksen's decision will be expected around mid-June. That was the timeline that was given to me when we were getting to the back end of last season. Brentford had talks with him heading into that last week of the season, just made sure that he knew that they wanted him. He knew how far they could push the boat out, what they planned for next year in terms that they're not settling for where they are right now. This is just the start. But in the background, Tottenham were more than aware of his situation, totally respectful of the path he wants to take at this stage of his career. He's been through a very tough time, but he's come through it. And now he's got his sights obviously set on the World Cup as well. He wants to be in good form for that. Like Denmark have just had a fantastic result at the weekend. They've got high hopes for the World Cup, for being dark horses at that tournament. So Man United, set out months ago saying there's no way that we get to the summer window and Man United are not in the conversation for Christian Eriksen. That won't happen. United will 100% give it a go because they have to. Like, again, it's a player that is ready and available on the market for nothing.
And you heard that, and I wanted to play that clip again from Dean because Dean doesn't really make sensationalist claims. He'll tell you what he knows at that moment in time. And of course, clubs can change their mind. Things don't always come to fruition. Transfers are very, very fluid in nature. But he always said this was coming. 2 weeks ago, he made that claim, and it's now come to fruition. And we're on the 15th of June. We're bang in the middle of the month. And it feels like we're going to, at some point very soon, get his decision. Tottenham are yet to make an official offer to him, which I find really interesting, considering that he would probably prefer a move to them over and above everybody else. But it doesn't necessarily mean that Antonio Conte 100% wants him and sees him as a priority. That can always change the mind of somebody. But Man United is certainly in this race. And I think for me, it wasn't a shock to see David Ornstein's tweet yesterday and the information that he gave us that the deal had been offered. It was not a shock to me, and I don't think it's a shock to any Manchester United fan. It feels like one of the worst kept secrets out there. The problem was whether or not it was going to scarper or get in the way of or damage other signings, and by all accounts, no. Dean Jones told us that a couple of weeks ago. Chris Wheeler has said the same thing. Eriksen was always looked at as a brilliant option because he is free. There was a time, if you go back maybe 4 weeks ago when Eriksen's name first got mentioned, there was thoughts of Frenkei de Jong, someone like Kamara coming in fairly cheaply. And then, of course, Man United going and getting a free transfer like a Christian Eriksen. Because then you were looking at a combined total of about 75 million pounds for all three in terms of transfer fees being paid. It hasn't quite worked out like that with Kamara going elsewhere. But Eriksen represents great value for money. And Man United need those extra bodies. And I've seen a lot of United fans already go down this line of, that's it, Bruno won't play now, I'm buzzing. You've seen others that are acting like Bruno can't be ousted from the team. There's no way, this is not fair to do this. Listen, Bruno Fernandes, love him or loathe him, burnt out at Man United. He was used far too often, far too regularly, not rested enough. Donny van der Beek, in my view, still, whether he can make it in the Prem or not, he should have been given a chance to. We could be in a situation going into next season where we actually have a midfield four of highly technical players. Frenkei de Jong, Christian Eriksen, and, of course, Donny van der Beek's going to be given an opportunity. That's the kind of midfield you need, and they won't all play at the same time, I understand, behind a player like a Bruno Fernandes. Someone that is wasteful at times on the ball, but highly productive in creativity in and around the edge of the box, and is a good quality goal scorer. Let's take him away from having to do the work that those three are so brilliant at. Plus, you've got great rotation options as well. And it appears to me Man United are going for this, like going for a midfield that are going to be very hard to get the ball off of. Yes, they may not have the physicality of some other Premier League players, but there are more than one way to skin a cat. Football has proven this to us. Time and time and time and time again, football fans will say, it was only a year ago, people were saying number nines were dead. Now that the two supposed best teams in Europe have just bought, for mega money, 2 number nines. Real Madrid, who won the La Liga and the Champions League, play with a number 9. Football fans are sometimes a little bit delusional. And I mean, not you lot, not the Football Terrace community. You're hardcore, you're proper football fans. Outside of this community, I don't really understand it. I don't really understand how we forget that football is cyclical. It goes around. What goes around comes around. It's an ever-revolving wheel of ideas and formations and positions and players, which is why just because a certain role is killing it now in 2022 doesn't mean by 2025 that role is even going to be used in football anymore. Look when number 10s with the pomp. You know, these things come and they go. And Man United are looking here what looks like to be creating a very creative midfield, holding on to the ball well. And look, I'm excited to see what it produces. I really, really am excited to see what it produces. Now, Man United have got to get this deal done. And I've been clipped up in the last few days by some Liverpool fans when I was delivering the news that Man United were very, very close to signing Darwin Núñez. They were. This deal wasn't as close as that. And that still fell through. So Man United fans, don't hold your breath. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it certainly moved a step closer. It is advanced. There is no doubt the official offer is there. If we listen to Dean Jones, that decision is likely to be made in the coming days. Let's see if that comes to fruition. Of course, the can might be kicked down the street because maybe Eriksen wants to wait a little bit longer to see if Tottenham come in for him. But it's certainly an intriguing time. Viewers, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings as ever. Please smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the Football Terrace. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all soon. Thank you.